Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Nerds Order music interview. Today, I'm with the band Evernoir. How you guys doing?
Pretty well.
Pretty good.
Fantastic.
Wow.
How are you?
Doing good. Doing good. Just getting over the snowstorm we had last week.
Yeah.
We know that pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sucks. But yeah, let's get into it. Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
You have to go first.
Why do I have to go first?
Like us as
Yeah, you said
people or us
So we're from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. We formed about 5 years ago, and we are united under the mission of reaching those who are struggling in depression situations and abuse situations, because music helped all of us through situations like that. And we want to hear our music toward helping others know that they're not alone and they have hope.
Yeah. Pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's why I started this project. Music got me out of that a while ago, and I started this up recently because of it.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
That is good to hear.
So, any more introductions?
Personal introduction, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but you have to start then.
Yeah.
You're the
first.
Hi, all right. I'm Van, I'm the vocalist. Woo! All right, go.
I'm not doing a woo. I'm Vic, I'm the guitar player.
Trevor, bass player.
Paul, drummer.
Nathan, other guitar player. Other guitar player.
Other guitar.
Other guitar. Yeah.
I'm the
Other
other
one.
guitar.
The other woman.
So, where did your journey into music begin for you guys? Like, what got you started into this?
I'm not starting this time. Someone else.
Instinct. Yeah, I started playing guitar when, I don't know, I was in like 3rd grade and just been playing ever since.
Yeah, I think I started playing guitar in middle school. Actually started on bass.
Yeah.
Joined a lot of hard rock bands and like was big into like Norma Jean and those kind of, like hardcore bands and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. So I've been playing since I was about 13. It's been a long time.
Long.
Yeah.
Long.
Longer. I think you guys have all
Long
played music
time.
longer than me,
Shut
actually. But yeah, I actually started out playing drums and then moving around a lot, living in apartments. I never had any place to practice. So then I switched over to guitar. And I still play guitar from time to time, but as soon as I picked up a bass, that just felt right to me. And I've been pretty much focused on that ever since.
Yeah.
I wish I had a fun origin story. I was just really good at Rock Band,
I mean, like,
the video game in like high school.
like I was chilling in my house and I got bit by a spider and all of a sudden my hands moved really fast.
Yes.
Right.
Gone to a vat of toxic waste.
I mean, I think a
Yes.
lot of people were inspired by Rock Band. It was a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. it was.
I predate Rock Band.
Yeah.
I was too guilty as charged. I played that for hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, hey,
I got asked in high school to drum in a metal band. And I was like, ooh. And then I just haven't stopped.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have been singing pretty much since I was old enough to talk. So, and then, I discovered Selena Quintanilla Perez, and I was like, you can do this professionally? Like, I want to do that. So, yeah, I've wanted to be a singer my whole life. So, spent 11 years looking for a band and met this nerd. So, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Nerd. I'm not a nerd.
He's the least nerdy out of all of us, but
Yeah, I really
you're
am.
still a nerd.
I did have a hamster named Axel after Axl Rose, though. So I mean, I'm like a rock and roll nerd.
yeah.
Next
You're
to
technically
the
nerd, too.
4 of us,
Yeah, I'm just not
you're definitely not a nerd. Like by yourself,
I'm a
you're
different
probably
kind.
You're probably nerdy with some things. You
I'm a
like
different
read,
kind of
You like
nerd.
reading manuals and
Techie,
stuff,
yeah.
but like
Yeah.
you're a tech nerd.
You watched
There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch Game of Thrones.
Please don't remind
I
me
get
that
made
existed
fun
now.
of because I watch mainstream stuff.
All right. What made you guys think of the band name?
Actually, we argued about that for a long time. Yeah.
The original band before Evernoir was officially formed, Vic and I were in a separate group called Arconic Wave. And when that kind of dispersed, we were, hunting on that name for a while. And, back to the whiteboard a million times. And I was driving to work one day listening to Alisana, and I just I heard the word Evermore, and it just clicked. It was like, Evernoir, that's it. It's Evernoir. It just all made sense. And with, our mission and everything too, just forever black, forever dark sort of theme. It was instant agreement. Wasn't a hard sell.
Yeah, it was like the first band name that someone suggested that we didn't all hate. So no, we all really liked it.
I joined the band after the fact, so I had no say in
Yeah,
Same here,
I had
but
no place to argue.
it always reminds me of the Black Dahlia Murder album Into the Everblack. So
oh,
it's pretty metal to me.
It works.
I never even thought.
Nice. What is the song making process for you guys? How does it all come together?
Very collaborative, I'd say. We usually start with, you have a huge reservoir of lyrical content.
Yeah.
And then you guys basically mess around
Yeah,
until we find a riff that we drive with, and then it sort of just builds from there.
yeah. It's usually Nate and I were just plunking around for hours, and then eventually we're like, hey, we like that. And
Then I'll mess around with something.
yeah,
Yeah.
either we'll throw it on a shared drive on Google or something like that, or just in practice we'll go, hey, I got this thing, or we have this thing sometimes. That's kind of it. We start with guitars usually, and then trying to find lyrics that match.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. On occasion, I have something in mind for vocals, and we'll build around it. But it's very rare. We've only done a couple of songs that way. So,
Yeah.
How's been making music during COVID been?
spotty.
Yeah.
We have a few new songs. Pretty excited about that. We've started working on the next album. But of course, when the pandemic hit, we went on pause, just like the rest of the world, and we didn't see each other for 2 months.
Yeah, I think it was about 2 months.
And then we very cautiously started seeing each other. And anytime one of us was like, I'm feeling a little under the weather, practice was canceled, moot. We weren't taking any chances. And so it's taken us a lot longer to write new stuff than it usually does.
Yeah. I mean, but the pandemic, it's been a nightmare for almost everybody.
Yep.
Especially for musicians. It's still hard to just be able to come together and make something with everything on lockdown half the time.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
And part of the joy about making something new is sharing it too. And that's on pause. We can't do that. We can't be like, y'all want to hear a new song until it's officially recorded.
Yeah, when we finally get backstage, you guys want to hear 10 new songs?
We're not playing anything old tonight.
Yeah.
Goodness. Well, speaking of music, what was the meaning behind Welcome Back to the Darkness? Because that one really hit hard with me.
Welcome Back to the Darkness is about, in the context of Ave in the story, it's about her realizing that she no longer belongs to her abuser and breaking free from him and saying he can't have her. But when I wrote it, it was actually one of the first songs written on the album, and it's one of the songs that actually shaped the whole concept. So when I wrote it, it was about struggling with your inner demons and telling them that they can't have control over you anymore. So saying no to your depression, saying no to all those thoughts that make you feel like you're not enough, that are bouncing around in your mind, and breaking free of that and deciding I can move on from this and be something more. I will not let this sickness define me.
I love that. That's what I got from it, because I was in a similar situation myself. And when I first heard that, I'm just like, holy shit. Someone else knows the pain. That's why I love metal. It's just pure emotion.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's really cool that it resonated with you that way.
Whenever something hits hard like that, I usually like to share it with everyone I know, and about 5 other friends got the same vibe from it, and they're just loving it.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, I showed one friend who, when he was going through similar stuff that I was, it actually helped him get away from the person, which was amazing. And now he's finally doing well for himself. So I'm over here just giving him a round of applause, because I'm just that is awesome. I know music can heal, but I didn't expect that fast of a result.
Right. Crazy how that
Uh,
works.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a little kick.
I mean, speaking from my own experience, right now, actually, since they recently welcomed me into the band, that has actually been a big motivator for me to get out of the dark place that I've been in the last few years. I mean, I've been on a track of self-improvement over the last few years, and it was all kind of leading up to a point where I felt comfortable putting myself back out there to join some sort of music venture again. And I'm still, on a day-to-day basis struggling with the idea that I can even do this, but I'm pushing myself, like she said, and I'm saying no to those negative thoughts, and I'm just going all in for it instead.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah.
honestly, everything I've heard so far, I see it too. Like amazing work, honestly. I've been following. I fell in love with almost everything I've heard so far, and Welcome Back to the Darkness is one that hits the hardest with me. Hence why it's one of my favorites.
Yeah. I really
Thank
like
you.
that one too. That's
Yeah.
it's definitely one of our favorites too.
Hmm.
So
I love playing that.
Yeah,
It's so fun.
That's
it's one of
cool.
my favorites to play too.
And the energy's there. Playing that live is just awesome.
Yeah.
What's it like playing live shows for you guys?
Oh, it's so good.
This is so much.
It's kind of the dream, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very-
There's an energy that's kind of hard to describe, really. Like, it's just fun to be in the moment.
Yeah.
yeah.
I kind of black out on it a little while.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
I should let it take it.
Yeah.
Hold.
just try to hit the stage and throw as hard as you can, and like
Yeah.
try not to break a string in the process,
Like you usually do.
or break a guitar strap. I've done that a couple times on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, or drop a guitar. I got the extra grippy picks now, so
We call him Vic without a pick.
Yeah.
He loses his pick constantly.
Yeah, so there's a handful of pictures floating around with me with bloody fingertips.
Hmm.
Dropping the pick does not mean you get to slow down.
No.
And we've made a drinking game out of it too.
Right,
yeah.
If you see him drop a pick, you have to take a drink.
Yeah, they count them.
Dry safely, of course.
Yeah,
But
yeah, get a DD.
the energy is, I mean, thankfully, thanks to feedback from fans, we can say the energy is mutual. We take so much from the stage. I know I come alive on the stage. That's where my heart is. That's where I feel the most at home. And connecting with listeners, I live for that. Most bands will tell you when the first time you're on a stage, you're addicted.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
what we've heard from our followers is that when they come to a show, we're not just playing the music, the energy is palpable. And we love to hear that because that's our goal.
Yeah, we want to tear it up.
Yes, we work very, very hard to keep building that energy. It's really never enough. I know I make it my personal goal to push past where my bar was last set, and the goal is take the most dynamic, most energetic pictures, because when people see that, they're going to go, yeah, I want to go to that show.
Yeah.
I already do now just hearing this.
Yeah, we definitely like throw down. I'm stealing that word from E-Rock.
When did you guys sign on with DI Records?
That
It's been
was,
about a year, huh?
yeah, that was, I think, last May.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
we're through a year. We're going on.
Yeah.
It was not too long after we recorded Rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I remember signing the thing and yes.
Yep. Yeah, it was like beginning of the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was,
I mean, hey, at least that's good. Something good came out of it, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like a
we-
year. I just feel like
a year.
We were able
Yeah.
to,
feels like it's
well, everything shut down. Signing with DI Records was such a great thing because we weren't out circulating our music on the live scene, but now we had a label that was pushing our music into the World Wide Web, sorry, Vic. And so we were still gaining circulation in a different way. So it wasn't completely on hold. So, we're so grateful that Dakota found us and offered us the spot.
yeah.
I'm glad you did too, because like the stuff I heard so far has a lot of meaning in it. That's why I live for music that has meaning, like deep meaning. And so far, every group I've seen of hers has that, and I'm just so happy to like hear that and how it all comes together. It just makes it makes it more worthwhile for me.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad it's been rewarding.
All right, my next question is, what bands would you love to collaborate with in studio and on stage?
Oh, that's a really big question. Do you realize
Studio
you're
and
opening
stage.
like Pandora's box here?
Yes, I am.
Oh man.
I mean, from a production standpoint, I'd love to work with like periphery people. Like they have recording stuff down so tight.
Yeah, Periphery would be amazing. It's pretty
I don't know
cool.
if I want.
Gojira.
I mean,
Yeah, that-
I mean,
That yeah. That
who
would be
doesn't
dope.
want to?
Infected Rain.
Yeah, Infected
Yeah,
Rain
like
for sure.
Infected Rain.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
We hope.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Live bands.
Live.
That's a heavy one too.
Then we would want to play live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like bands that bring
Sure.
a lot of
Yeah.
energy.
Hmm. So we'll note we love playing with Cold Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I don't think an interview's gone by where I haven't dropped Cold Kingdom's name.
I was waiting.
Yeah. She's a fangirl.
But they're
Okay,
really
good.
good people, and
Energy.
they bring the energy. You will not be bored at a Cold Kingdom show, and their music is great, and they're wonderful people, and they're local to the Twin Cities, so they're just an hour and a half away from us, and we love playing with them.
There's a lot of cool bands out there that I just like to meet. Just found a band recently called Red Hook. I think they're from Australia, and they look like they would put on a hell of a show. I would love to work with them. I've been kind of showing them to everybody.
It'll be fun to work with Red.
Lacey Sturm.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, excellent live show.
Hmm.
Excellent
Oh my
studio.
gosh, she's nuts.
It'd be really fun to
Yeah.
do Icon for Hire too.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely Icon. I was trying not to say it because it seemed too obvious.
I mean, it'd be fun to work with them just to see their like home setup because they're self-produced.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to see how they have their setup.
I think
Yeah.
last time I saw like footage, she was recording vocals in her closet, which is not uncommon.
Yeah.
Closet makes a really nice vocal space because it mutes. That word didn't want to come out. It mutes all of
The reverb.
that. Yeah, the reverb, the background noise, and
Yeah, all
everything.
the early reflections and everything.
Yeah, a lot of voice actors will actually record their stuff in closets.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's simple, but it's effective.
True. True.
I did not know that till now. Interesting.
The trick of the
Yeah,
trade.
they sell vocal booths that are basically just a closet that you put in the middle of the room. Doesn't make any sense. Like, you already have a closet, dude. Just get in there.
Just get in that closet.
Yeah.
All right. My next question would be, what is the future of Evanor?
Lots of shows.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our goal this year is probably touring. That was our goal last year. It got canceled because of,
Yep.
so we had COVID going on. Yeah, we got a new band vehicle.
Yeah. I'm
We
trying
got
to do
some-
some shows like a little bit further out of
Yeah,
our
we're just
bubble.
trying to get further and further out.
Play somewhere warm in the winter.
Warm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. Yeah, we're
Hawaii.
the immediate goals are, increasing
we're
our
just-
radius and playing some
Visually killed.
shows that are. I mean, we've played shows that are a couple of hours away, but playing some shows that are a couple of hours away that actually have a draw for us because people have seen us before and then they hear we're coming back and they bring friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we want for immediate goals. We want to increase that show radius, but
Yeah.
future for Evernoir, of course, most bands say it, but it's true. Career.
Yeah.
We'd love this to be a career. It's our passion, and we love connecting with people and getting out there and meeting everybody and being on that stage. So we would love to make this what we do for a living, and who
Yeah.
doesn't want to be a household name, right?
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's hard to play a show and then go to work at like 7 a.m. the next
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Well, speaking of live shows, there is a festival that might be able to help once COVID's over. Have you heard of Warped Tour?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's by Vans.
I'm totally
Yeah.
joking, dude.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah.
They're bringing it back, and Kevin Lyman launched careers with it. Like, he let almost everyone perform as long as you had a few songs. He let you play on stage, and I think he still does it that way too.
Yeah.
And they're bringing it back after COVID's over. He did confirm it,
Yeah.
so maybe give it a shot. Might work out.
Yeah,
That would
that'd be
That's
great.
how, that's how Eminem got big.
Yeah. That would mark a teenage goal off the.
Fucking
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The emo inside of me would be very happy.
I want to own half the crap in Hot Topic, and I want to go on Warped Tour.
Oh, you and me both, man.
Yeah.
Bring out the trip pants.
Yeah.
I used to be a ticket taker for Summerfest grounds, and they had Warped Tour one year. Then the band Silverstein was like playing like right
Oh,
behind
yeah.
Nice.
behind the ticket booth. It was pretty cool.
Silverstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Actually, that was how I got into more metal, was because of that festival. And
Yeah.
then I found Currents later on, which is the band who got me out of that and got me to start this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have a lot of energy too. Like their music, it's so energy based, it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great group.
I think for a lot of us, we kind of use it as a form of catharsis,
Yeah.
burn that energy out. You kind of
Yep,
have to.
that's therapy.
Yeah.
Music is the best therapy in my opinion.
Yeah, because it goes both ways, If you're listening to it, you're like the therapist getting therapy from it. And, I get to sit down and write those lyrics, and they get to put the energy into those riffs and the drums and
Boops and drums.
yeah, boop.
Only boop.
And all the while, we all connect. It's absolutely amazing. And music is just magical because it can completely change your mood, your mindset, and make you feel things that you're not familiar with feeling. It's awesome.
I love that. Like that's how I feel in metal. Like you feel so much stuff that you never thought you'd feel. Also, it gets you through so much like depression and hardship. Like metal is probably like the best therapist, honestly.
Yeah, it really is. That's what it's for.
It's deep. They're not afraid to go raw. And that's what I love about the metal genre as well.
I couldn't say it better myself. I feel the exact same way. Especially with like the groups I mentioned earlier, like Currents, their song Shattered, it hits really hard. And they just released a new album last year. It's one thing to like feel it. It's another thing when you actually cry listening to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's been
That's
a
heavy.
few albums the last few years that
Really
I
hit.
sat there and I just started bawling my eyes out.
Yeah.
Devin Townsend's last album. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good. Oh, it's so good.
Oh yeah. Spiritual
Yeah.
Collide gets me every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a few albums that have just made me cry when they came out, and there's a couple Infected Rain songs that hit me in the heartstrings every time. I cry every time.
That's how I am with this one. Like the one, the album "Place I Feel Safest" by Currents, their last song gets me every single time.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. But that's the best part about it because you feel like the emotion and it helps you get through your own shit, which
Mhm.
is why that's why I love metal so much. It's just like it's like that one friend who just never gives up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very true.
A shoulder you can cry on so you can breathe again.
Exactly.
Without judgment.
Yes.
That's the important part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Me, bro.
You're ruining my shirt.
Oh my god! I had a friend who dealt with that too. It was hilarious. And I'm just like, nobody come over here. Just come over here. Because like other friend was like giving him shit because he was like crying so much. I'm like, oh, just come over here, man.
Yeah.
That actually happened right before COVID. And let's see, I did show him quite a few songs that he's not a metalhead. Never was until recently. He always thought the music was like the devil's music because that's what his parents always told him.
Devil.
And then I showed him Currents. I showed him Icon for Hire and a bunch of others I listened to, and he's like, "This is amazing." Like, he became a metalhead overnight.
Yeah.
And it's hysterical.
Yeah. Icon's really good for that.
They are.
They're definitely a good introduction band to like get people into heavier music.
Mm-hmm.
I actually showed him Welcome Back to the Darkness, and he just fell in love with it. He was actually crying his eyes out because he went through that too. Like he and I are kind of similar in that aspect. And when he heard that, I never seen that man cry before. But it was good though. It really helped him get through his shit.
Yeah.
He actually wanted me to thank you because he knows I do this, and he wanted me to say thank you. So, well, thank you for saving my friend.
That's why we do this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you, and thank him for us for sharing and connecting with us on that level, because that makes it all worthwhile. You know, honestly, when we went this direction, because this is a lot of work. You know, I told myself, if I can even stop one person from feeling like shit, stop one person from wanting to end their life because they feel like they're not alone anymore, then all the work, all the money, all the effort, the energy, all of that, worth it. It's worth that one life, because no one is like you. You're an individual. You know, you can look all across the world. There's only one you, and you matter. And you need to know that. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Of course. That's what metal is to me. It's a way to fight depression. Like, I've actually used metal to save a total of 19 lives, and they're all doing fantastic.
That's awesome.
It's even saved mine about 15 times without metal. Without my lug being in the ground right now.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's why I started this up. I wanted to give back to the bands and help them spread their music, especially once you actually have a lot of meaning in their music, like you guys. Like when I first heard you guys, well, Dakota recommended it to me, and when I first heard it, I'm like, okay, I want to work with these people so badly.
Yeah.
I was excited. Honestly, having this opportunity, I'm just like, Dakota, thank you. Honestly, like music like this needs to be heard, in my opinion, because it's therapeutic, it's life-saving. There's actual meaning in it. That's why I love it. It's like hearing stuff like this just makes music like metal worth hearing more than anything else, because it actually helps you through like a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's really good to hear that people are getting something out of it too, because I'm sure that all of us at some point we doubt this every day probably.
We've been booed before for this message. People want to party, and they don't
want to hear it.
Yep. We're taking down the party with a 20-minute spiel about how you matter and how depression awareness is important, and they start booing, and it's unfortunate, but it's
what we're trying to do though.
The spiel being our whole performance.
Yeah. It's worth it if it matters to that one person standing in the crowd that needed to hear it. Yeah. So it's good to hear that feedback. That's probably the best review we could get. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
You guys would be perfect for Warped Tour, because Kevin Lyman, he supports a lot of that stuff, like suicide prevention, helping abuse victims. Like he does a lot of charities for that with the Warped Tour. So you guys will fit right in.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, like he is bringing it back. They're doing a different name for it, he said, but the tour is going to come back after COVID. So maybe give it a shot. Hey, I'd go.
Worst thing that'll happen is that we probably just don't hear back. Worst thing that'll
get
happen.
Ghosted.
Yeah.
I actually don't think he does that. He how he started it was he did it for all bands, not just like not mainstream, not just them. He did it for like newer bands, upcoming bands, like lesser known bands. He did it for everybody.
Yeah.
Honestly, like just reaching out you'll probably get a response either way.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember discovering new bands at Warped Tour. I've never heard of you, but why not?
Let's try it.
So I'm just gonna check you out.
Like when I was a kid, I always listened to Sum 41 when I was younger. I saw them live at Warped Tour. I'm like, this is them. Holy shit! I found so many good bands from that. Like honestly, a lot of stuff I still listen to this day. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, I still listen to Sum 41.
Oh yeah, I do.
I mean, Chuck, like pretty much Chuck and then pre-Chuck, but
doesn't matter to me.
No.
Is that vomit or pre-vomit?
No, the album and everything before it.
Ow!
Oh my gosh.
I actually heard that.
Because
I felt
I hope
it.
everybody else heard that.
It was the weekend.
Goodness. This was wonderful. Thank you guys so much for your time. This has been a blast.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it was great time.
All right, I'm going to wrap things up here. This has been another Nerds Order Music interview. Today we were with Evanor. I hope you all have a great night and be safe.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Au revoir.